How do I make friends? How do I find real friends? Where do I go? What do I do? How do I make my life better and better instead of falling apart? I look. I am the protagonist, so it is I who looks. I look. I am present. I am not dissociating, feeling as if I am being violated, oppressed, or drowned by the outside world. That I look at my room, instead of the room crushing me, drowning me, my gaze absent, me absent, feeling nothing, not even seeing whether my room is good or bad. Instead, I look, and then I act to fix it. I keep what I like, I get rid of what's not good. I look at the outside world instead of projecting my feelings onto it. I look at my room, my house, this part's fine, that part isn't. I look at my pet. What is it doing? It's just sitting there, existing. I tripped over it, I go look at what happened. It's the pet, it followed right behind me and tripped me. I look, I am present, I narrate it with distance, with boundaries, I look at what I'm doing, I look at the outside world, what the pet is doing. Without adding unnecessary emotion or victim mindset. I use a conscious I am here to call myself back, to bring myself back into being alive, present. I look, and then I act. That's my stance, instead of letting the outside world violate my boundaries and drown me. I look at whether this food is still edible. What do I need to do? I go look, I see its appearance has changed, I taste it and the flavor has changed. Now I know, I can't leave this food out overnight anymore. Once it sits overnight, it's no longer edible. I look, I act, I solve it, I'm in control. I look, and my gaze has already pushed the outside world out beyond my boundary. My gaze occupies a certain space. I look, and now I actually see what things and people outside look like, instead of dissociating, instead of things staying blurred. I look, where can I stand to look, who can I stand to look at, who can I make eye contact and actually communicate with? My gaze takes up space, I go to places where I can occupy space, where I can gain good feelings and material resources, places where I can look, speak, have my own opinions, have a sense of presence. I look, I exist. I'm not paying attention to the outside world, and if I'm not paying attention to it, how could I possibly be trying to please it? I look, and I go to the places where I can exist, instead of handing my attention to the outside world, letting it exist at my expense, letting it claim and fight over resources. I look at where, I look at what, I go after what I want. What I don't look at, I don't want. I look, I exist, I judge, I choose, instead of handing myself over, minding the outside world's words and behavior, accepting it, enduring it, pleasing it. I look at what I want, I do what I want what I want, instead of worrying what the outside world thinks. I need to survive, what do I need? What I do, what I say, why I think and say it. The moment I turn my attention outward and let the outside world violate my boundaries and press down on me, myself, my thought process, my concerns, my position, my interests all disappear. I need to go where I can exist like this. For example, I see a comment, my instinct is to strike back at her. After striking back, I go look at other things, do other things. I open the app, I see a reply notification. If I want to look, I open it and look. If I don't want to, if I'm tired, if I have no energy for it, if I'm afraid, if I know it's her and I don't want to deal with her, then I don't look. If I do open it and look, I see her reply, what do I do? Ignore it, block her, fight back, whatever I do, it's about what I do, not about what the outside world is like. I look, I am present, and I have to face facts and reality. I can't distort the facts, I can't gaslight myself. I have to move instead of paying attention to the outside world. When I look at good people, strong people, I feel admiration, I feel drawn to them, I feel good. When I look at unsettling people, I feel discomfort, I feel repelled, disgusted, revolted, I walk away, I drive them out, I don't want to respond, I don't want contact. Look, following my own nature as a creature of the natural world, I go to the places I can bear to look at, I look at what I truly like, what's good, what I don't want to look at, what I refuse to look at, is what I'm repelled by, disgusted by, hate. Whatever I do, my mind will rationalize it, the mind says, because it's worth looking at, because I want to look, because I like it, that's why I looked. I look at my room, my house, my body, my hands and feet. Once I look, I have to face reality, face the truth. Once I look, I have to set boundaries, go toward what's healthy, toward clean spaces, clear away the dust and the filth. For example, when I watch this video, I myself am the protagonist. I'm watching this video, I feel it's okay, I feel however I feel. If I close it and stop watching, that means I don't want to watch it. I look, and I make sure my eyes are healthy, comfortable, able to see, my body comfortable. I go to good people, good places. I walk away from, push out what's not good. I make everything around me good, good enough that I want to look at it, instead of being unable to bear looking at it. I look, I am here. Because I am here, I have to do something myself, instead of putting my attention on the outside world, instead of obeying it, yielding to it, enduring it, letting it harm me. I look, I listen, I smell, I move, following my survival instinct as a living creature to look, listen, smell, move. When I focus on myself, looking, listening, smelling, moving, I'm not paying attention to the outside world, I'm not letting it violate my boundaries, press down on, or attack my opinions and my actions. I should have listened to my own body long ago, ignored, not looked, even walked away, pushed away. I look, listen, smell, move, instead of paying attention to the outside world and dissociating from being violated, I focus, and that focus is what gives me control. Following my own survival instinct as a living creature, looking, listening, smelling, moving on my own, judging on my own, having my own opinions, I am a living being. Because I'm trying to survive, I am right, I am strong, I am good, so I listen to myself. I look, listen, smell, move, and in order to keep doing that, I have to protect my eyesight, my hearing, my hands and feet, and so on. I have to take care of myself, let myself rest. I have to go to good people, good places, places where I can keep protecting my eyesight, hearing, my ability to speak, my ability to move, my good mood, my confidence, my health, my savings, my future. I look at myself, I am right, I am good. I look, and I look at how to make my own life better and better. I look at what's good, and I choose what's good, so that I can live better.